Hello, everyone. It's great to be back at the ETL conference to see old friends and to meet new ones, or should I say dancers. We're all dancers in the movement. My name is David Thomson. I'm at the University of Denver. With me is my colleague Steve Daniels, research professor at the American Bar Foundation. We thought in an Ignite, 6 minutes, we might give you some preliminary results of a survey that we've been doing over 3 years at the University of Denver. That survey is about experiential learning. We all believe in the benefits of experiential learning, and much has been written and said on this subject. But have we ever asked our students? Have we ever asked our students what they think, how experiential learning is important to them, and what their experience is while they're involved in those learning activities? We did that. In 2013, Denver Law implemented the Experiential Advantage Program. We call it EA. Every incoming first-year student allowed to take 30 credits of experiential coursework. In November of that year, we asked 1L students a set of questions about what drew them to Denver Law. And then we continued that survey over the next 3 years. It's actually 6 total surveys. You see the first one in fall of 2013, then 1Ls in the next 2 years, but also in fall of 2014, 2Ls, and 3 4Ls, the evening students, in last fall of 2015. That asterisk means those are people we've been able to anonymously track who are repeaters, who've taken this survey each year. And we have a third of those people who we can track. Some preliminary findings, starting with the first one. It may not be a surprise to you, but we have the data now. Experiential educational offerings at Denver Law are incredibly important to students when they select our school. With some detail, Steven Daniels is going to share some more information.
Students are drawn to DU for a combination of reasons, some more important than others, obviously. But we asked all the students in our surveys to rate individually 9 different reasons for choosing the school and to rate each one individually on a 100-point scale. And that's what this graph shows you, what the average score is on each of those 9 things. But the thing that stands out is a kind of value proposition where experiential education, along with cost and jobs, is very important. The second graph, we use the repeaters, compare their 1L responses with their 3L responses, and what became more or less important. That value proposition idea, which includes experiential education, becomes even more important as students go into their 3rd year. They want something for the investment. They want to know that it's really going to help them. For those taking parts of EA, the experiential education, the 3Ls, we asked them, look back on your experience and tell us that it helped prepare you for your intended area of legal practice. Yes, the vast majority told us yes, and interestingly, there's the minority, the 14% said no, but it told us what we didn't want to do, which we really found, interesting and important. But for 3Ls to look back, we also said, did the experiential education affect or change your intended area of specialization? And the answer is yes, for about 2/3 of them. But we wanted to know where in experiential education. But it could be a clinic, it could be an externship, it could be simulation, or it could be a combination. Randy Wagner's presentation earlier this morning showed you that people were taking more than just one externship or clinic experience or the like.
And we've also, of course, talked already about the importance of professional formation. And so we wanted to ask in this survey over the last 3 years, where were you exposed to that? And at what rate were you exposed to this concept of professional formation? And even as first-year students in 2013, 60% said they were, and that increased to 77%. And then we wanted to know, were you exposed to an influential role model? We know the importance of the role model in their preparation for practice. And we found it very interesting, first, that 85% said yes, that no of 15 looks bad, but 85% said they were exposed to that, and across all forms of experiential learning. So the bottom line there is professional formation is happening in the Experiential Advantage program. Here, 69% said they've been given explicit opportunities as third years looking back, and half of those said that that was happening in EA. But of course, we all want to know the bottom line, and Steve's got that for us here.
Yeah, one of the things we built into our survey were some Lessee questions. One, to check our findings against Lessee findings, but also because there's just some damn good questions there. And of course, one of them is, would you go to the same law school again? In our survey, over 85% of the 3 and 4L said yes. Same cohort in the spring of 2016, Lessee survey said the same thing, yes. The earliest data we have for Lessee for DU goes back to 2008, and as that slide just showed you, only 2/3 said they'd go to DU again. Something's happening here.
So in 8 years, we've had a significant shift in that critical bottom line question. Preliminary results, more to come. Thank you all.
Thank you.